All right, so you just met a great room full of candidates who are ready to fight, and I can tell you as a former candidate, I am a black woman, 53. I don't look that old, but I am. And the worst hatred I had was running as a Democratic candidate. Not being a woman, not being black, but being a Democratic candidate in this area. So standing up and putting yourself on the line, we got to give them all a hand for doing that because it's tough. And I'm just going to say something briefly, I swear. We are all a little bit sad about what happened yesterday, and I was sad too. But I'm going to say this word of encouragement and hope. And for those who don't know me, I'm Delia Mims. I'm the current chair of the Denton County Democratic Party, and I'm also a lawyer. So I've been paying attention to what just happened, and of course I was sad like you guys are. But I hang out with people who are a little bit smarter than me, and one person said, "The pendulum always swings back." So for those of us who feel hopeless because we're like, I was falling into a deep despair thinking, oh my God, we're gonna have an authoritarian world. My children's children will think that this is how it's supposed to be. Then I realized, you know what? The pendulum always does swing back. But there's two things that make it swing back. The first thing is it has to get to its highest point. Right? It's not going to go in a complete circle, but there's a high point that pendulum has to go to. And I would say when they overturned Roe, that was the highest point. We have been in the midst of this terrible season, thinking it can't get worse, but knowing that when it got to overturning Roe, nothing else, because overturning that one is what is going to precipitate other things happening, and other things will happen, but that was the highest point. And then I realized there's a second thing that causes the pendulum to retreat, because I would say Roe is at its peak. Would you guys not agree? The other thing that makes a pendulum retreat is gravity, pulling it back down. And it depends on how big the pendulum is and the force. And I would say the Roe is a big pendulum, right? But gravity is what pulls it back down. And when it comes to a democracy, that gravity is our voting, is our organizing, and are getting ready to get out there and fight. So I'm not telling you be so happy because we're in this season, but I am saying that there is hope because the pendulum is at its peak, and we need to commit right now to be the gravity that pulls it back down, to be those volunteers, to donate those dollars, and to help those candidates pull that pendulum down so we can get back to the other side. So don't be hopeless and help support our candidates. Thank you.